Welcome back to another series this time. Remember, last episode we finished up our series on depression and self compassion. And now we're moving to depression with cognitive patterns. And remember, these videos will hopefully help decrease your depression so you're able to get out there and do the things that you want to do and increase your healthy behaviors. Again, so you can get out there and do the things that you would like to do. And so this video is all about what are cognitive distortions and naming the patterns that distort reality for us. So this series is really going to be called to Clearing the Fog, Challenging Negative Thoughts and Depression. So welcome to Clearing the Fog, a series designed to help you gently challenge the negative thoughts that often show up in depression. When you're in a depressive episode, your thoughts can feel heavy, loud, and very convincing. You might think, I'm a burden, nothing I do matters. It's always going to be like this. These thoughts really do feel real to us, but that doesn't mean that they are necessarily true or true at all, right? So in today's episode, we're going to talk about something called cognitive distortions, mental habits that twist reality in subtle but painful ways for us. So we're going to explore what cognitive distortions are, why they're especially common in depression, and how to begin noticing them with compassion, not criticism. So let's begin. Well, what are cognitive distortions to start off with? Cognitive distortions are automatic patterns of thinking that make situations seem worse than they actually are, often without us even realizing it. So they're not a sign that you are broken. They're a way your brain is trying to make sense of difficult feelings or past pain. And in depression, these distorted thoughts can become louder and they can become more frequent, reinforcing shame, hopelessness, and isolation. So here's some examples of some cognitive distortions that we may have. You may have heard of some of these as well. So all or nothing thinking. If I don't do this perfectly, I failed. Catastrophizing. This mistake will ruin everything. Mind reading. They're probably disappointed in me. Personalization. This is my fault. Filtering. Everyone had fun, but I only remembered the awkward thing I said. You might recognize some of these already. That's not a bad thing. It means you're becoming more aware, and that is really the first step. So what's another area in these cognitive distortions that we need to start paying attention to? Well, why are they so common in depression? Well, cognitive distortions often come from old beliefs, trauma, or just survival mechanisms. And when we're in a low mood, our brain has a negative bias, right? I think we can all understand this when we've been in a really low mood. But it starts scanning for danger, failure, or rejection. So it's not trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you from shame, from disappointment, and from risk. But the cost of that protection is often clarity, confidence, and connection. So depression narrows your mental lens, right? It makes the hard parts feel permanent to us and the good parts feel invisible and maybe even out of reach for us. But once you name the distortion that you have, you could gain a little bit of distance. You start to say, wait, maybe this isn't the full picture. Maybe this thought is a habit, not a fact. That shift, even if tiny, is really powerful. So what other area can we focus on when it comes to cognitive distortions? Well, noticing thoughts without judging. So let's be really clear. This series, and really any of the videos, is not about arguing with our thoughts or forcing positivity. It's about noticing, gently, consistently, and without shame. So try this. Next time a painful thought arises, pause and ask, is this a fact or a feeling dressed as a fact? What would I say to a friend who thought this? Even if you don't believe the kinder version yet, noticing the distortion gives you a choice, a moment of space. That's what healing begins with: awareness plus compassion. So, optional practices, if you would like some, are start a thought log this week. Write down one difficult thought you've had, the emotion that came with it, and a possible distortion you see, if any. No fixing, no judging, just observing with honesty and with care. So let's wrap up and recap. So, cognitive distortions are learned mental habits. They are not truths. They often show up in depression, and they're not your fault. And noticing them with gentleness is the beginning of changing them. In this next episode that we'll have, we'll dive deeper into all or nothing thinking, how it creates shame, spirals, and how to start embracing the gray space between extremes. So here's the comment section. If you have a comment, let's hear it. Do you suffer from cognitive distortions? Are you having a really hard time with negative cognitive patterns and really putting forth positive cognitive patterns? And if you still need another question to comment on, here's one. What's one thought you've noticed showing up lately, and can you name the distortion? So remember, you're not broken. You're learning how to clear the fog, and I'm so proud of you for being here. So here's another section that I like. It's where I get to talk about the journals I have created in the children's book. So these journals are really something for you to have as an added benefit onto these videos. They're 400 pages, and hopefully they go over a lot of the aspects that we have when it comes to anxiety and really discovering ourselves and loving ourselves and being disciplined in life, because everything's hard, but we really have to be disciplined if we want to change anything. So in a world that moves too fast, what if you could create space to come home to yourself and to help your children do the same? Start with your heart, with a self-love, self-discovery, and self-discipline journal. It's your guided path to clarity, purpose, and showing up for a life that you truly do want. And when anxiety arises, meet yourself with compassion. The Anchored in Kindness journal helps you calm your nervous system, understand your patterns, and find peace, one breath, one page at a time. For those little hearts you love the most, meet Luna and Bravion the lion, a magical story that helps children find their courage, listen to their hearts, and trust their own glowing spark. A story of bravery, self-trust, and emotional wisdom. And of course, at the end, there's also worksheets for your little ones that you may need to help them with, but they can discover their own courage and their own bravery and their own spark in themselves. Be on the lookout for some more journals and some more children's workbooks and books. If you liked this video at all, or if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, please share, like, and subscribe.